So you want to go to Thailand? That's a really good idea. I was there for 4 months this year, and I want to be as quick as possible and tell you just some things to know: when to go, where to go, transportation, budgeting, and such. And you don't have to watch this; you can just listen. And off the bat, I can say Thailand is one of the safest places I've ever been to, and cheapest. When to go? Okay, November, December, and January are the best, period. Because February, March, and April are going to be the burning season, and after that, it's going to be the rain season. Burning season meaning that the farmers are burning the land to prepare stuff, farming things I don't understand, but there is a lot of smoke because of the burning, and that makes the air quality really bad, and you just don't want that. If you're traveling at that time from February to April, you want to be in the south because the north is much worse. But if you're from November to January, then you should go to the north. I like the north a lot more. The north is more local. South is just tourist, 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 and hot and beach and tourist, but the beaches are really beautiful. I'm gonna list the places that I went to last and talk about them, but first, when you're flying to Thailand, you're probably flying to the BKK airport, and from there, because it's in Bangkok, the transportation is pretty good. You can get a SIM card from the airport, but it's always more expensive to get from the airport, and you can just take a SkyTrain called BTS from there. That's the easiest way. I could get wherever I want to with like 100 bucks, so $2 to $3, €2 to €3. There are buses as well, but it's kind of difficult to figure them out at the start, and they are super cheap. So the next thing you want to do is get cash. ATMs. Okay, I tried a lot of ATMs, I always do, and I try a lot of different cards, but unfortunately I couldn't find any ATMs without fees, so you can get cash from the airport as well. If you want to avoid the fees, you can walk into a bank with your passport, and that way you can withdraw for free. But if you use the ATMs, you're most likely going to pay 220 baht per withdrawal, which is 5 to 6 euros or dollars. So you want to withdraw a lot of money when you do that. And then I just mentioned the SIM cards as well. AIS is the best. TrueMove and DTAG work okay-ish. You can find them in any 7-Eleven, and they cost like 200 baht, like 5 euros per month. And the 7-Elevens, they are everywhere. So now you're in Bangkok, you got some cash, you're on your way to your hotel, and you got a SIM card. So what next? The visa. You have to check in advance what kind of visa you get. I get 1 month on arrival, so I can just go to Thailand and they stamp it, and I have 1 month, and then everything is fine. Some people get 3 months, some people get 2 weeks, and you might be denied. I don't know. I'm used to getting more than 1 month, but you can do visa runs. So that means that you go to the border and you cross it, you come back. You can do it in the same day as well, and they give you another stamp, and you can do this 2 times per year. Alternatively, if you don't want to go to the border, you can go to the immigration office, which is in every major city, and you can pay 1,900 baht to extend your visa for however much you get when you get a stamp. I got 1 month. Just you need to bring your passport, you need to bring proof of your accommodation. If you just mention it to a hotel or a hostel, then they are gonna know what you're talking about and they give it to you. Then you need to get a paper copy, like print a copy from the front page of your passport and from your stamp when you entered, because that the stamp is your visa basically. And then you need a photocopy of your passport, but when you go to the immigration, there's going to be people printing stuff and taking passport photos and whatever. And of course, 1,900 baht in cash, because everything is cash. The immigration might even ask to see a return ticket home, but they didn't ask me, they didn't ask any of my friends, but it's technically a requirement. I usually use onward.com just to be safe, or you can go to buy a ticket that you can refund, and then after the immigration you just refund if you don't want to plan, and I never plan. For accommodation apps, I think bookings.com works perfect. If you're into hostels, and Hostelworld is the best. And then there's also Airbnb. A lot of people use Airbnb, so completely fine with this. Tap water, don't drink it. It's not safe. You're probably gonna get sick, so just bottled water, it's good. And most hotels have filters as well. Best things in Thailand, the food. Oh my god, I miss pad thai so much. Most of the things are really spicy though, and they put sugar into everything, so it's not that healthy. Beaches, so many beautiful beaches. If you just want to lay on the beach in the heat and sip on drinks, then you should go to the south, go to the islands. Striking training in Thailand, they have their own sport called Muay Thai, and they have a lot of schools that teach Muay Thai. It's really good, it's really cheap, But there are also a lot of commercial gyms that charge a lot more money and they don't really care about you. Talking about the language. Don't even try, it's too hard, but some basics are good to know. Generally, a lot of sentences, if you're a guy, they end to cup, and if you're a girl, they end to ka. So depending on your gender, not the one you're talking to. For example, if you say hello, I say savadi cup, and as a girl, you would say savadi ka. If I want to say thank you, I would say kapun cup, and as a girl, you would say kapun ka. Then we're gonna go to a restaurant. There's gonna be water, nam, and pork, mu, and chicken, kai, and egg is kai or kai. I don't know the difference. Only Thai people know the difference. If you say kai dao, they're gonna give you fried egg. If you say kai mu, they're gonna give you fried pork. And they have a lot of fried rice and pork and chicken. And then there's my favorite phrase, which is mai nam tan, which means no sugar, because they put sugar into freaking everything and I don't eat sugar. Moving on. Talking about the budget. On average, I spent 30,000 when I was traveling in the north and 40,000 baht when I was traveling in the south. I spent 8,000 baht on food. I was mainly eating outside. I spent 8,000 baht on accommodation. I was mainly staying in hostels, but not always. I spent 6,000 baht on transportation. I didn't fly at all. I used buses and I used trains. And then I spent 6,000 baht on Muay Thai. I would buy like a month pass and some equipment. I did some shopping, some tours, some museums, some parks, and on average, I think I spent like 4,000 baht a month on those, excluding shopping. The north is much cheaper than the south, like 50% or even more. So talking about traveling from places, from Bangkok to Chiang Mai, for example, or to Phuket, the fastest way to go and the most expensive is to go by flying, which is 1,000 to 2,000 baht. Or you can go with the half of that price if you take a night bus, then you just skip the night. If you can sleep in the bus, it's good. The buses are not that bad. Or you can go 5 or 10 times cheaper by doing the proper experience, which is taking a third class train, which is horrible. It sucks. It's like 14 hours and it's almost impossible to sleep, but you should try that. You should experience it even once. It's like 200 bahts and something, a little over it. So now I'm gonna quickly list some places that I went to and you can look into them by yourself, but I'll just give you some ideas. My favorite place, Pukredung. I went there with the night bus from Bangkok, and that ended up costing me like 1,000 baht. The bus actually dropped me somewhere, and then I had this local friend that arranges everything, and I didn't know what was going on. Like, you get yourself some Thai friends. It's so easy. Life gets so easy. But Pukredung is a national park, and there was mostly locals there. It's in the north. It's nice. Go there. Then, when it's not the burning season, you want to go to Chiang Mai. From there, you can go to Chiang Rai, Chiang Dao, and Pai. Then going a little bit more south to Bangkok. It's good to see for a few days, but I don't know what to say. Everyone's just living their own life. The air quality is pretty bad though. From east of Bangkok, you can go to Koh Chang. I didn't go to Koh Chang. Maybe you should. I heard a lot of good things about Koh Chang. Or you can go to Pattaya. That's just party. It's more or less like Phuket. It's not my thing. Going south from Bangkok, I can recommend these islands, Koh Tao and Koh Phangan. You can also go to Koh Samui, but I don't know if that's worth it. I didn't like it that much. I went there from Suratani. Suratani is nice to see for a day or two as well. And I took a night ferry from there. That was amazing. Once you're done with the islands, you can go back to Suratani, and then you should definitely make your way to Khao Sok National Park, where you can go to the jungle, you meet some wild monkeys, you go in the waterfalls, and then you should rent a boat to go to see the national park properly. That's a little bit more touristy place and a bit more expensive, but it's definitely worth to see if you're going to the south. Then you can go to Krabi. Nothing much to say. Temples and beaches. Oh, I rented a scooter and I went to the Emerald Pool. The Emerald Pool is worth it. I can recommend that. And then from Krabi, you can take a ferry to Phi Phi Islands. Now, Phi Phi Islands have the most beautiful bays, beautiful beaches, in my opinion, but it's also the most touristy place, and tourists mean that everything is expensive and there's just party, and it's not my thing, but it might be yours, so you can go. And from Phi Phi, you can go to Phuket, or vice versa. Of course, you can come from Phuket to Phi Phi and Krabi and whatever. But Phuket, you can stay there for a few days or even a week. And there, I didn't like driving in the city, but it was convenient to have a scooter to go all around because Phuket is a large place. My favorite place in Phuket was Mao Khao Beach. which is a beach next to an airport. So the airplanes take off and they land, and it's pretty cool. You're there, you think it's cool for a couple hours, then you leave. So these are all the places that I went to in 2 months. I think 2 months in Thailand is very comfortable. I spent another 2 months just training Muay Thai, so I didn't travel in that time. So some finishing thoughts. So Thailand is a very cheap and very hot place, perfect for laying in the beach, getting fat, or you can train Muay Thai. This is the best place to train Muay Thai for sure. A lot of people talk about elephants and riding them, but I don't like it because they treat the elephants so bad. It's the same with the hookers. There are so many, but they treat them really bad as well, and there are human traffics and whatever. And I feel guilty about this. The ladyboys, though, there are some ladyboy shows, and you should definitely go to them. They are super cool. Okay, that's Thailand pretty much wrapped up as quickly as I can. If you like this, then leave a like. If you want me to make more, then let me know. Maybe subscribe. Okay, go Thailand. See you.